Congratulations to the Kentucky Wildcats, NCAA men's basketball champions. This week on the Spotlight, we talked to a pitcher who's poised to take that '1 job. We talked to a bull who fills in the best he can whenever he can and shoots a lot. We flash back to the Cubs of '07, see if you can figure out that man. He was a key player. And Kelly's Trivia. All that this week on the Spotlight. Check out my website, benkowski.com, for my weekly article and up-to-the-minute trivia sites. From wherever Chicago's sports teams are making news, this is the 23rd year of the Lansing Floral Sports Spotlight. Flowers for every imaginable occasion at Lansing Floral Shop. Call them at 708-474-1212. They deliver. Trivia at the Dirty Sock. Wednesday, April 4th at 7:30 p.m. Thursday, April 12th at 7:30 p.m. It's a course at 93rd and Roberts Road. Eat, drink, and play. Great times. Benkowski Trivia at the Dirty Sock. Want to get a haircut from a great hairstylist? Call mine, Rose Murillo, 312-726-2201. With a 30-year Southwest Side tradition, Huck Finn is open 24 hours to serve you with great breakfasts like the Becky Thatcher, soups, great lunches, 1/3 pound burgers, clubs, and much more. Dinners from seafood to steaks to pasta, great donuts, and ice creams. With 3 locations at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Stop in today. You know Huck Finn is open. Be safe with Sureway Insurance Company, 3312 North Milwaukee. Call my friend Jean at 773-282-2022. She has the answers on your auto, home, business, life coverage, including SR22 coverage drivers. Call Sureway Insurance.
Hi, my name is Rose, and I've been a skilled hairstylist for over 10 years. I specialize in men's haircuts and in corrective color. Come visit me at Salon 203 at 203 North LaSalle, 312-726-2201. And while you're at it, come in and get a shoe shine and a shave. It's a great place where a man can be a man.
Since 1967, El Jardín has been serving the finest Mexican food. Before, after, during ball games, located conveniently just 3 blocks south of Wrigley Field, 3335 North Clark. Whether there's a game or not, you still get hungry, and El Jardín has great service, great food, and great drinks. I've enjoyed every meal I've had there, and you will too. So get to El Jardín for great Mexican food at 3335 North Clark Street in Chicago. You'll be glad you did. John Danks pitched 7 strong innings in Arizona on Saturday. I watched him. Here he talks about Detroit beefing up.
They're doing what they thought they had to do to help their team win, and that's a big addition. We're gonna have to play them tough. That's for anyone in our division, we have to be a little better at winning within our division. I think that's kind of been our pitfall the last few years, and we're gonna have to go through Detroit. They're good. We know that, but we usually play them well, and we think we have the pieces to compete with anybody.
Now do you feel you have the responsibility, that management has the confidence in you to deliver that big consistent year? I mean, that's what you expect from yourself, but is it even more so now with Burrell's gone?
Yeah, I think everyone has to step up and contribute. We lost 200 innings and 30 starts, and I'm excited to see Sale. We know what everyone else can do, and I think we're going to be just fine. Obviously, it isn't going to be easy. You lose a guy like Burley. That's a big hit, but we have some talented guys here still that can get the job done.
How do you think having Robin replacing Ozzie is going to help you guys get this thing turned around? Is that something that needed to happen?
I don't know. I loved Ozzie. Ozzie's the only manager I've had, so I'm excited to see how other people run a clubhouse. I loved Ozzie. Ozzie had his positives. Obviously had his negatives. We all do, and I think it's going to be interesting. It'll be fun. It's been nice, meeting the staff and just kind of getting excited for the season. These guys are very positive, and within our group, we're expecting bigger things than what the what the experts and people are predicting out of us.
So-called experts.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
There's so much talk about who's not here, but you look around the room, there's still some faces who were here last year. Obviously a disappointing season, but you weren't that far off. Do you feel like just a few tweaks here and there, you guys can compete this season?
I think so. We just got to be consistent. We have the talent. We just have to be consistent and you know, go out there and play. You know, it's a game, man, and we're all blessed to get to play a game for a living. You know, so go out there, have fun. You know, I think you know the way we got out of the gate last year, we you know, we're kind of down. You know, I mean, we didn't get off the start we wanted to, and you know, we're trying to catch back up and just couldn't get over the hump. You know, I think we can get out of the gate, have a good April. I think you know, snowball effect will be all right. I think April's an important month.
Good to see you, John.
Hey, thank you.
You mentioned losing Burley, and that's certainly important, but maybe a little bit under the radar, the loss of Santos is going to make your club a little different. How concerned are you about the bullpen and the back end there?
Not at all, to be honest with you. Obviously, Sergio's great and had a great year for us, but you know, I think you know between Addison Reed and Thornton and Crane, you know, we have guys that can get outs back there, and guys that have done it before, and you know, I think we're going to be okay. I really do. I have all the confidence in the world to you know, turn a game over to those guys.
You mentioned a hot start in April for the club. You yourself too pitched pretty well early on, but didn't get many breaks, and you know, maybe in a great start for you could be the springboard for the club.
You know, I hope so. You know, I mean, I think everyone in the rotation has to give us a chance to win. You know, and I think our guys can, and you know, we just have to hold them. You know, I mean, hold them to one less than what we score. You know, I mean, it sounds simple, but we really do. I mean, that's kind of the name of the game. We have to, you know, get out, play consistently from April to October. You know, and we'll see what happens. But I'm expecting bigger things than what people think we're going to do.
Do you feel a little relieved that you don't have to worry about those trade rumors and no more contract talk coming into this?
It's definitely refreshing. You know, there's a different feel coming into this year than years past. You know, from a personal standpoint, but you know, nothing changes. You know, I mean, since my rookie year, you know, I go out there and you know, try to get a chance to win that night, and you know, I feel like I've taken some positive strides, you know, every year, and hopefully this year I take another big step towards towards the kind of where I want to be in my career, you know, and I think I'm capable of it.
With the 0-1 start you kind of had last year, obviously you were frustrated, but I mean, how much did you learn about yourself in that stretch and just how you finished the season strong?
Yeah, I mean, I learned that you know, I can pretty much handle anything in this game. You know, that was a long, frustrating 2 months for sure, but I survived. You know, I mean, here I am. I'm ready to go again. So, and I know the club has all the confidence in the world in me. I know my teammates do, and it's just up to me to go out there and perform now.
Despite losing.
Come play in the area's classiest billiard center, Jukebox Billiards, 7910 Calumet Avenue in Munster, 2 blocks south of 8094. Selling the most famous names of pool tables and billiard equipment. Specializing in table recovery and moving of tables. A complete pro shop with the most brand names of cues and cases. Celebrating over 20 years, excellence, top billiard tables, the place where the action is, Jukebox Billiards, 7910 Calumet in Munster. Since 1955, Rosangela's Pizza has been there for you at 95th and California, across from Little Company Mary Hospital. You can call them at 708-422-2041. Everything homemade, including the sauce. Great beef and meatball sandwiches, pasta, chicken, seafood, desserts. Dine in for lunch and dinner. Rosangela's, 95th and California. Nuevo Leon, for the best Mexican cuisine since 1962. Serving every day from 7 a.m. to midnight. Conveniently located 1515 West 18th Street, just a block east of Ashland in Chicago. Of course, they have breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and a wide range of menu items. Everything from steak, seafood, to breakfast, to chicken, pork, dine-in, carry-out, tacos, enchiladas, everything you can imagine, and great quality at Nuevo Leon, 1515 West 18th. Bring your car to Quick Stop Muffler and Brake at 95th and Pulaski, and they'll fix it right. They also do shocks and struts, free estimates. Call them at 708-423-3700. They're very thorough in their work, and they have very competitive pricing. Quick Stop Muffler and Brake, 95th and Pulaski. The Bulls dodged a bullet the other day when Joakim Noah, who whipped a pass, if you call it a pass, at the ref and cussed, got away without a suspension. But certainly in the stretch drive of April, Coach Tibbs will be monitoring players' behavior in rough situations much more carefully. Certainly there was a discussion of this element of the game, and playoff poise is what they'll be gearing toward. You have to turn the other cheek, in effect, and let the other guy get the foul. Meanwhile, back to this current Bulls roster, one of the guys who's been a gigantic boost to this team, especially with injuries abounding, and in particular to Derrick Rose, has been the scoring of John Lucas III. Certainly a guy who, with the great bloodlines from his dad, who played a long time in the NBA. John Lucas III, never afraid to take a shot at any moment on the court, from any spot on the court. We watched him in the shoot-around. He was hitting from everywhere and right on the mark. And I talked to him about that and a few other things in what I consider one of our typical fun Bulls locker room interviews. You know, to win 40 of your first 50 games is pretty phenomenal, given the way your team's health has gone. And just trying to find out your thoughts on it and where you.
The same mentality. Take one game at a time. Come in. You know, the coaching staff gonna have us prepared. We're gonna come in focused every game, and we play to win. We can't have no letdowns. You know, we want home court advantage throughout the playoffs, so we're gonna come in ready every game. No game's gonna be let down.
You know, when you think about ready, we were just watching the warm up, and I don't know, something, and it just, you know, at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, you know, how do you get yourself ready to come in and when it would seem to be cold at that point?
You know, I love to play the game. You know, I respect the game, so I come in the game every time with mentality is something like when you love something, you want to give it your all. So you're gonna be ready. When you love something as much as I love the game of basketball, I'm gonna stay ready no matter what. And I think our whole team is like that. Our whole approach is like that. You go out there and watch anybody warm up. It's game-like situations. Everything's going hard, going 100% because that's how you got to go in the game. And that's one thing Tibbs always preaches.
One thing about your team, and I've covered a lot of different NBA teams, but it just seems like you have more of a collegiate atmosphere here. Like everybody's kind of rah-rah ready to go, and there isn't the attitude that we all know can sometimes exist in an NBA locker room.
No, you know, we're family. We're brothers. We have each other's back. You know, it do remind me of being back in college at Oklahoma State with my guys because, you know, you're with those guys half of the year. You're not around your family. You know, that is your family. And that's the same kind of approach I think we have here, same kind of mentality. Everybody has each other's back. On the road, we all go out to eat together. We all do, you know, stuff together. And it just shows the camaraderie and the unit that we have. And when you have that, you're going to have a successful team. If you look at any college team that's been successful, from like take Kansas, for example, those guys always stay together. You never see them arguing at each other, and look where they're at now.
But it is unique at this level. I mean, you don't see that in the NBA that often.
No, you don't. But that's why I think, you know, our organization did a great job of putting the pieces of the puzzle together. What guys, you know, who's going to accept their role is not going to have the outsider who's trying to do this or do that. Everybody come in with the same plan, same mentality, and the same goal. And I think our coaching staff and, like I say, the organization did a great job of putting a team together with a group of guys that all can get along, that all knows their role, and they all accept their role. And you don't have nobody trying to step outside the box, because if you have somebody that step outside the box, it's downhill from there, because it has to be one, it has to be a unit.
As you hit April, you know, what kind of things are you guys going to try to fine-tune in that last set of games?
Fine-tune everything. We're not satisfied. You know, we feel like we can get a lot better. We feel like we can get better. So every day we go into practice with the mentality of getting better, you know, cleaning up some stuff. Just going in there and going hard, watching as much film as we can, getting to know our opponents more than they know themselves. And, you know, it's always on the court, but it's also what you do off the court with the film, the preparation, strength and conditioning, staying ready, staying focused, and also keeping, you know, off the court stuff at a minimum and keeping what's at the main focus, and that's winning a championship.
To finish up, Certainly, you come in and it's instant offense. But I want to find out if what element of your game that you would like to bring up another notch, if anything.
Everything. I feel like I can bring all my game up to a whole nother notch. And, you know I'm capable of doing a lot more than what I'm doing now. But you'll see. That's all I can say. You'll see.
Playoff gear.
Now, you just got to play ready. I play every game like it's the last, so it doesn't matter. It's playoff or regular season. You just got to go hard all the time.
Okay. We'll be watching. Thank you.
With a 30-year Southwest Side tradition, Huck Finn is open 24 hours to serve you with great breakfasts like the Becky Thatcher, soups, great lunches, 1/3 pound burgers, clubs, and much more. Dinners from seafood to steaks to pasta, great donuts, and ice creams. With 3 locations at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Stop in today. You know Huck Finn is open. You've got to get to Lansing Floral Shop. Open at 8 a.m. daily. Besides a great array of live flowers, they have custom silks, Bridgewater candles. They want you to plan your parties early at a wide delivery area. They're located at 3420 Ridge Road in Lansing, or you can call 708-474-1212. Weddings, funerals, birthdays, anniversaries, and guys, try the No Reason flower. Believe me, it works. Lansing Floral Shop. Give them a call, 708-474-1212.
You've got to get to Kelly's at 44th and Wallace for Benkowski Trivia. The next event is Friday, April 6th at 8 p.m. Come out and play, bring some friends, have a couple of brewskis, and compete. You'll be surprised at what a good time you have at Kelly's, 44th and Wallace. Be there.
Come play in the area's classiest billiard center, Jukebox Billiards, 7910 Calumet Avenue in Munster, 2 blocks south of 8094. Selling the most famous names of pool tables and billiard equipment. Specializing in table recovery and moving of tables. A complete pro shop with the most brand names of cues and cases. Celebrating over 20 years. Excellence. Top billiard tables. The place where the action is. Jukebox Billiards. 7910 Calumet in Munster.
They're in first place. Mark DeRosa has been one of the key guys all year. And this man has played just about everywhere you could ask of him, in the lineup, on the field. And as we enter September, you got to have a good feeling about the way your club is trending and about the whole positive mood here.
Absolutely. Last series against Milwaukee was really big for us, take 2 or 3. Last night was an electric atmosphere. Fans were going crazy. So 2.5 game lead, although it's nothing to feel safe about. It's definitely better than where we were at.
Tell us a little bit your feelings about how early in the year, it maybe looked like you were going to have a defined role in the infield, and now you've ended up being a guy who's moved around in many places, yet excelled wherever you went.
Well, the utility role is not new to me. It's something I've done my whole career. It's what's got me to the big leagues to begin with, so I'm very thankful for that. Signing here to play second base was something I wanted to do, because every player, strives to be solidified at one position. It just so happens that we got a couple guys here with myself and Terrio and Mike Fontenot move around a little bit, and gives a little bit more of leeway for Lou to give guys days off. And I relish the role, and I'm having fun with it.
Yeah, it seems like you are. What is it about the temperament or the skill level of this club that makes you think you're going to be playing in October? What have you learned about this club that gives you the feeling?
Yeah, a lot of guys who are very resilient. We found ourselves in early deficits against Milwaukee 2 out of 3 games, and we were able to bounce back and win. And we found ourselves in that predicament quite a bit the last month or so, and we've bounced back and found ways to win. Even though we haven't been hitting the ball out of the park, we've been manufacturing runs. So the guys are positive. We got a lot of veteran leadership in the clubhouse, a lot of guys who have been to the postseason and the World Series, and a few guys in there who have won a World Series, so it helps the young guys out too.
How do you assess your pitching staff? Early on, it seemed like they were kind of carrying you, and now maybe it's shifted a little bit with the hitters carrying some of the load, at least as far as late run scoring.
I'll tell you, our pitching staff, if you look at the numbers, they're one of the best in the game, and every time they go out there 1 through 5, they've given us a chance to win the ball game. So how can you not like that? our bullpen's been absolutely awesome with the addition of Carlos Marmol. He's just been, he's been phenomenal for us. And with him and Bob Howery and Ryan Dempster finishing out, we got some nice 1-2-3 punch. Gives the pitchers some nice encouragement if they leave the ball game in the 6th inning or 5th inning that we're going to be able to hold on to a lead.
One of the things that I thought was particularly interesting about your club was there was some rumblings early in the year that some of the veterans didn't like Lou Pinella's gruff style or maybe the way he handled some things, but it seems you easily overcame that. What was the transition there?
Well, I think it's one of the situations where he was getting used to us and we were getting used to him. I don't think anybody, I don't think there was grumbling, so to speak. We just weren't playing well. And when you don't play well, a lot of stuff gets thrown out there. It's one of those things where I think everybody in that clubhouse has contributed in some form or fashion to us winning ball games throughout the course of the season, and that's a credit to Lou. He's really used his 25-man roster. Everybody who's gotten called up from AAA has been thrown right in the mix, and now lately we've had a nice solidified lineup where he's running a lot of veterans out there, but with an influx of some young guys like Terry O and Marmol and Matt Merton last night coming through with the big home run. So it's really been a nice transition of influxing the younger guys around the veteran leadership.
Last 2 questions. I've been asking a lot of people who's the guy that you didn't know and you're surprised at how good he is, and you're always the answer. Now that I ask you, who would it be on this Cub team for you?
For me, it's Marmol.
Yeah.
I've never seen a right-hander buckle so many good big league hitters with his slider, and Carlos Marmol was someone that I had never heard of. When I got to spring training, they said he was going to be a guy who's kind of on the cusp of making the big leagues if he could get some command of his pitches. And I heard Jason Marquis at a couple lunches I went to him in the spring training telling me if this guy figures it out, he's going to be lights out. But you never saw him. For him to come up and do what he's done, by far the biggest surprise, and he won't be surprising anybody anymore. He's that good.
He figured it out.
I eat antipasta twice just...
Salerno's Restaurant and Pizzeria at Grand and Racine is the place to go before United Center Pavilion, Bulls, Hawks, Cubs, and Sox too. Dine in or carry out with great family recipes, including homemade pastas, steaks, seafood, a great fun bar area. Meet people. Have a tremendous time. At Salerno's Restaurant and Pizzeria, Grand and Racine, you'll find a great variety of foods for you to enjoy at Salerno's. Go play at Red Shoes Billiards, 12009 South Pulaski in Ulster, featuring 16 Brunswick Gold Crown pool tables, drop fluorescent lighting fixtures, and the fabulous grade of cloth. Call 708-388-3700. That's Red Shoe Billiards, 12009 South Pulaski.
Lanigan's Irish Pub is the place to be at 3119 West 111th Street, right by Kedzie. Live music on Sunday with Fast Eddie. Drink specials daily, including $1.50 domestic bottles on Thursday, $3 Guinness on Tuesday. Call for karaoke information on Friday. Party room, too. All that available at Lanigan's Irish Pub, 3119 West 111th Street on the beautiful south side of Chicago. Get there, Lanigan's Irish Pub. Lindy's Chili, Gertie's Ice Cream at 110th and Kedzie has it all. From fresh-made burgers, fries, hot dogs, chicken, turkey, Polish, shrimp, tuna, barbecue, ham, tamales, quesadillas. They've got salads and plenty of ice cream with sundaes, banana splits, and seasonal favorites. Get all these things at Lindy's Chili, which is where I start, but I always get a little something extra, at 110th and Kedzie. We wrap up this week's program with the wrap-up of our trivia video taped at Kelly's 44th and Wallace last month. We're nearing the end of the game, and so these are the final questions as we go to each team, and the conclusion of the game. You got to get these questions right. 500, 1,500, 3,000 if you get them all. We continue. Nice round of applause for playing Meg Ryan and the Misfits. Question number 1. She broke in the 80s on this CBS soap opera, 4 words.
As the world turns.
As the World Turns is right. You have 500. You're going for 1,500. She appeared in 4 big romantic comedies in the 90s that combined to gross $870 million. Name 2 of her 4 big 90s romantic comedies.
Harry Met Sally.
When Harry Met Sally was 1989, that will not work. Question number 3. Question number 3. You need this for 1,500. She did a lengthy nude scene in this 2003 movie, 2 words, in which she appeared with Mark Ruffalo. The answer was The Cut. So you get 500 for your effort, and the Misfits improved to 14-20, and we have 6 teams in the books. 2 teams to go. Nice round of applause. Playing Ronald Reagan. Let's hear it for the Chili Dogs. Question number 1. You can play either one. Birth year or death year within 2. Go ahead. 1920. Got to be within 2. 1911. You do not get it. Question number 2. Exactly how many years was Reagan governor of California?
1990.
They said 12. It was 8. You're now going for 500. He began political work while serving as a spokesman for this 2-word Fortune 500 company. Louder? They don't have it. It was General Electric. So the Chili Dogs stay at 1070. So we have 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 teams in the books. The game is in the hands of needing 2 right to win, playing Celebrity Death, the Jagbags. Let's hear it for the Jagbags. Question number 1. Sammy Davis Jr. Five seconds. Going. 90 is exact. For the game, Chris Farley. Five seconds. Going.
99.
97, you win the game. John Belushi, do you care to play that one?
80.
82, you get them all. So, the Jagbags sweep the final category. They go to 44-60, and the Jagbags win this game. So the Jagbags win it with 44-60. Honorable mention to Sheldon Moe at 22-50.
This week's show has been brought to you by the Lansing Floral Shop. Call for your flowers at 708-474-1212. Huck Finn, a great wide-ranging menu, along with donuts and ice cream. Open 24 hours at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Imprint Graphics, leaders in booklet, perfect bound saddle stitch, very competitive pricing. Call 708-396-1010.